Hey guys, how are you? I wanted to kind of go over the menu with you really quick and just kind of go over what we have going on and answer any questions you might have about it. So first of all, the first thing I want you to do is go ahead and print this menu out for yourself. You can locate this in the files section, so pull it up and print it out. And or save it to your laptop or your computer and make any modifications that you need to make for yourself. I don't know if there's any allergies or there's things that you don't like, whatever it is, you can switch out proteins, you can switch out veggies, that kind of thing. I did also put an alternative photo album. If you go to the photos and then go to albums, there are alternative recipes that are just more fun and creative. This Clean Week album is based off of the Clean Week program, and they're very simple recipes. But the alternative recipes are also all clean. They just have a little bit more spice, a little bit more flavor. So if you feel free to substitute any of those in with these dinners. There's also an unstuffed egg roll recipe in there, and I like to make that for my one pot lunch. So you can do that as well. This is all clean eating. So remember, we're trying to eliminate processed foods, packaged foods, pop, really keep your diet nice and clean out your system, and no sugar. Sugar alternatives are okay. The honey, the stevia, maple syrup, those are okay. But you really want to try and eliminate most of that stuff out of your diet. Water is a really important thing. You should be drinking half your weight in water every day. And lots of times when we think we're hungry, we're really dehydrated and thirsty. So you want to make sure that you're drinking your water. If you notice, you're eating multiple times a day on this menu. So we have breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner. Kind of take that as it goes. I find that I do get hungry every couple hours, and many people do. What happens is you don't want your body to go into starvation mode. So if you want to, you can even put an alarm on your phone that reminds you to eat. And if you're super not hungry, just take a couple bites of something. And if you're really not hungry, then that's it, okay? Then move on and save that for your following snack. Or save it for later on after dinner if you get hungry. What happens is eating throughout the day kind of keeps your metabolism going. But I don't want you to eat if you're really truly not hungry. And usually if you're getting in these 3 squares a day, you won't be as hungry. It just depends on where you're at in your nutrition. You got to listen to your body. If you're used to having these huge monster meals, then you're going to be cutting your meals down smaller, and then maybe you will want the snacks. If you're used to eating like nothing all day, probably getting the 3 squares in is plenty for you. So you got to listen to your body and listen to the cues, and drink your water. At the end of the day, if you're still hungry, I would suggest definitely having protein or veggies. That's really where you want to go. Fruit is okay too. The other thing was, so meal prep is a big part of this, and we're going to go over that this weekend, but you do want to set a lot, like 1 to 2 hours over the weekend to do some meal prep. Your planning's done because you already have your list of everything you need. And in the file section, you also have a grocery list, and you have all the recipes for all of this stuff. So modify the grocery list if you change out as well any of the meals on here. So you want to allocate either Saturday or Sunday 1 to 2 hours to try and meal prep and get yourself ahead of the game. That'll make sure that you stay on program, because the hardest thing for people to stay on program is when they don't have food prepared. Then you fall back onto the processed foods and to the fast foods and all of those other things. When you have food that's ready and available, you stay on program. It's a lot easier. So that's a big thing. Let's see. And then customize this for yourself. If the time of day is different for you for snacks, then you can, alternate that around. You can have your Shakeology for breakfast and then a snack in between. Just kind of, you can move stuff around. We just kind of put something together for you. Okay, you want to make sure that if you're doing the Greek yogurt, you're doing the non-fat, fat-free Greek yogurt this is based off of the Portion Fix program. And that is actually counted as a protein, which is wonderful. You want to make sure that, what else? You can do the almond butters or nut butters if you don't like almond butter. The yogurt also should be the fat-free, plain, unsweetened. If you need to sweeten, you can always sweeten with stevia. I like to get the little packets, or with maple syrup or with honey. And I think that's about it. If you have any questions, please post them below and I will answer them, or one of the other coaches will answer them. And have fun with this and enjoy this diet, because remember that you're fueling your body. And if it's not fueling, it's harming. So you want to make sure that you're really getting in the good stuff so that you feel good. And then the Shakeology is going to give you all that amazing stuff that you could never get every single day. Quinoa and goji berries and maca and maga and all kinds of amazing superfoods, then that is blended all together, and you will start to feel a difference. But I'm sure you watched our video on Shakeology, so you know all of this. So have an amazing prepping weekend. And the other thing is, make sure you clean out that fridge and get rid of all of those foods that are tempting for you. Like for me, I love cheese and crackers, so I purposely do not buy my favorite crackers if I really want to stay on program. If those crackers are in the house, I know for me, I'm going to go for them. So I try not to buy them. So there's certain things that are triggers for you that you know, and you know yourself. So set yourself up for success and plan ahead, okay? And boiled eggs is always also a good thing to have on hand in the fridge for a high protein snack. You'll find that when you feel like you want a snack and you have protein, you don't want a snack anymore. It pretty much makes it go away. So, all right, let's do this, guys. Let's have an awesome prepping weekend and get ready for Monday.